As I read through Ecclesiastes, it causes me to think of a final letter written by his father to his son. I can envision Solomon preparing this letter to be given to his son after his death. If so, Solomon would have composed his letter with much thought and reflection, which is what I discover here in the book of Ecclesiastes. Solomon's hope would be that he could prevent his son from getting entangled by the many obstacles of life under the sun, a favorite phrase of Solomon, while at the same time pointing him toward the right path that he might find the true purpose of life. As Solomon said in Ecclesiastes 1:12 through 14, I, the preacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem, and I set my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all that is done under heaven. This burdensome task God has given to the sons of man, by which they may be exercised. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and indeed all is vanity, a grasping for the wind. Although my life could never compare to one of Israel's greatest kings, in this life I have sought pleasure, especially regarding my marriage, my family, the work of my hands. And though there have been many pleasurable moments, there have also been many great heartaches. For my attachment to my family has caused the pains of this life to sometimes be difficult to bear. That's just how it is. Nonetheless, whether in pleasure or heartaches, I have discovered that there is nothing better for a man that he should eat and drink, and that his soul should enjoy good in his labor. For this also, Solomon said, I saw was from the hand of God. Ecclesiastes 2:24. For Solomon to compare the extremes of life and death, planting and harvest, weeping and laughter, love and hate, just to name a few. Well, this has taught me that when difficult times are upon me, joy will be on the horizon. Therefore, I'm thankful for my family, my friends who surround me, those who are willing to walk with me through the joys and the sorrows of this life. For as Solomon tells us, two are better than one. As we are able to lift up one another in the various seasons of our lives, whether good or bad, as a man of faith, we are also able to lift up one another toward God in our prayers to God. In all the vanity that Solomon saw in living life under the sun, he came to an understanding that a relationship with God was one of the things that mattered above all the rest. So as he closed his letter, he wrote this in Ecclesiastes 12:13 and 14. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is man's all. For God will bring every work into judgment, including every secret thing, whether good or evil. Well, like Solomon, I would be remiss if I did not speak of the importance that God has been in my life. For through the ebb and flow of this life, the ups and downs, the highs and the lows, it has been my faith in Jesus that has been the anchor in the midst of the storms that often come upon this life of mine. Jesus has given me courage to live this life for his glory. So throughout my life, whether being a factory worker, a construction laborer, a brick mason, a foreman, a janitor, a musician, or a pastor, I have strived to live joyfully with my wife, whom I love, all the days of my life which God has given me under the sun. Ecclesiastes 9:9. I pray that you find that same truth of a foundation of God in your life as well. God bless.